Hi, this is Russell Fincher. Just a quick update on the arcade cabinet for the Dallas Society of Play. The construction part of this project is almost entirely done. There's just a couple more things I need to wrap up before the arcade jam this weekend. If you haven't heard of the arcade jam, Dallas Society of Play is putting on our first game jam, and the theme is arcade games. The cabinet here will be on site and functional at that. So I just have a couple more things I need to finish up, but I wanted to put up a video just to show what's going on. So let's take a look at it. So as is typical for arcade cabinets, it's built out of MDF. The design it was actually based on a Konami cabinet from the early 90s. If you've played the 4-player Simpsons or G.I. Joe or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you may have actually played on that. So I made one that was a little thinner and a little shallower, and of course it has this modular control box that can be removed. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. So this whole box here is held in place by these 4 bolts. When you remove these bolts, the entire box comes off. That way the whole thing is modular, and so if we need to have different control boxes for it, say there are games later on we want to put trackballs in it, or 6-button fighting games or whatever, we can easily swap it out. And it comes out pretty easily. One thing that I have to redo is the bezel around the monitor is a little too big, so I have to redo that. I may or may not get to that before this weekend, but let's take a look inside. So this large panel comes off of the back so you can get inside. The box itself is based on a 3/4 inch plywood square with some 2x4s around it on the base, but most of the rest of the construction is just held together with these 1x2 hardwood pieces, which is pretty customary for arcade cabinets. There are, I put leveling feet on the bottom, so they unscrew from the bottom to accommodate for uneven surfaces. And this is the back of the sort of saddle that the control panel adheres to. You see those 2 bolts there. And there's sort of, you can get to it from the inside, so you don't have to take the top of the control box off. Overall, not really a lot of surprises. I had to change the design in a couple of places just because I came up with some unforeseen sort of issues, but everything worked out fine. The 2 things that I have to do before the arcade jam this weekend is to drop the controls in it and recut that bezel, and then it'll be ready to go. After this, it needs to be painted, and the T-molding needs to be put around the edges. There's this plastic molding that goes around all of these sort of open edges that you've seen on our arcade cabinets before. So that'll go on there. So it'll be paint, T-molding, the marquee needs to go in with a light behind it, and then I'll get some vinyl decals to put art on the side and on the controls. So that's where we are right now, and I'll see you guys this weekend.